Hello and welcome back to Brick System Brothers. My name's Nathan Masters. Today I am doing kind of a update to one of my earlier videos concerning these 2x4 bricks and collecting them in various colors. So first up, I wanted to talk about the colors I've added since the last video, and there's some good ones added in. So left to right, I have found a drum lacquered gold, a medium purple or medium lilac, chrome silver, sand red, which I specifically was talking about in the last video wanting to find, sand blue, dark blue, another one I specifically mentioned, and an old version of our lighter yellow color. So there's actually two kind of subtle different colors, and I'll start talking about those when I get to the bricks that I don't yet have. And I've also changed the layout of the bricks. So before they were on a 32x16, so half of this size plate, and it was dark gray. And now I've tried to kind of expand it a little bit and put it on a 32x32 white base plate, which became available shortly after I filmed the first version of this video. So go ahead and talk sources about these colors real quick. I think, as expected, most of these are from Bricklink, drum lacquered, this one, the medium purple, sand red, sand blue, and dark blue. No, not the dark blue. So those four are Bricklink purchase. The light yellow one I stumbled across in the hobby store. The dark blue one I think I ended up finally getting in a set. And the chrome silver one, I was lucky enough to pick up some unpicked, unsorted bulk from a buddy in Des Moines, and it was included in there. Just the one. So the chrome silver, it did come in a couple sets, but it's been a while, so that's a retired color. The drum lacquered gold, same story there. It was like a commemorative 50th anniversary edition. And then these other several that I've picked up since the last video are all retired except for the dark blue. So the dark blue is still going in production. So the dark blue is a color that we could see in a set at any time. But these other colors, when I say out of production, that means that LEGO has kind of retired them from their production line. But as we know with teal, that doesn't mean they're gone for good. I do want to look a little closer at this chrome silver. It's a nice, collectible item to add in, but they have not chromed the underside, so it's just the exterior. So gaps in the chart here kind of align with the colors that I do still need to pick up. So let's just jump into that discussion. Some of the colors that I know are out there for these bricks. The dark brown is actually a non-production color, but it does exist. It's popped up on Bricklink from time to time. And I almost picked one up through Instagram, but I decided I'm not going to spend, I think it was like a $15 or $20 piece for something that it's an active color, so it could be released in a set at some point. It's just a question of, to me, it's just a question of when we're going to get that. Like I mentioned before, with this bright yellow color, our current color is actually a slightly different shade of this yellow. It almost has a little bit more green included. So the 1x2 is our current bright light yellow. And I think this color is known as bright yellow, and it is retired. This color is current. So I would maybe swap it out if I do pick up this other color, because the next slot down I'd like to reserve for a medium orange. And this is another one that kind of has come and gone. I know this color from the Johnny Thunder Adventurer Orient Expedition sets. There were a couple of sets with that color featured in there, but of course it popped up in Harry Potter, the first wave of Harry Potter as well. The next one over here, I guess I'll just leave this in for the sake of comparison. Next one to the right is kind of in my greens row, and there's a couple different colors I could put in here that I don't yet have as a 2x4. Probably the most obscure one is this medium green color. It's almost like a mint. It's almost in our teal family as well. But it could go over here. Has a little bit of that blue shade in it. The other two that would probably be more at home are what I like to call an apple green or a bright green, and then a spring yellowish green. This color was used quite a bit in the Hidden Side sets, And this one, I associate this with one of the Great Vehicles garbage trucks that was out in the city line a number of years ago, because that's where I first got the color. But it is distinct from our lime and our regular green. So here's our regular green up here, and it's a touch lighter than that. Here's our lime down here, and it's a touch darker than that. And across the board on our teal, you can see it's quite a ways different from the teal. If we look at our mint and our teal, it's maybe a little bit closer thanks to that blue, but still distinctly green. So an interesting color, this kind of minty green that I have been looking for in the 2x4. I did manage to pick up a 1x4 and a 1x2 from Bricklink. So where am I going to put that? Let's just build a little multicolor 2x4 right here in this pocket. Alright, moving on. A dark orange I think I would put down here. Dark orange 2x4, I actually haven't checked up on this. It probably exists somewhere. I would be surprised if it hasn't come out in a Minecraft set yet. But Minecraft definitely, when it needs that kind of reddish orange color, it goes with the Nougat more often than not. So the dark orange may be harder to find as a 2x4. We talked about that one already. Another one of our current colors that I haven't seen as a 2x4 is Vibrant Coral. I'd probably put this in with the red line up over here. And then a little further down, maybe in line with the purples and pinks, is an older version of the pink. It's a very faded, what I refer to as Paradisa Pink, because it was used heavily in the Paradisa theme. So it's not much lighter or darker than our current pink, but it is just tinted differently, I think, when it's all said and done. How about some other metallic colors? We have the drum lacquered gold and the chrome silver. So the inverse of that would be the chrome gold, which I will put right here. So my representative for the chrome gold is this little artifact, again from Johnny Thunder. It's a nice large chrome gold element. They do have the 2x4 in chrome gold, was released, so it's not terribly expensive to get, just a matter of time to pick that one up. And then the inverse for the silver would be the drum lacquered silver. Now, drum lacquered silver and pearl gray or pearl silver can be confused sometimes, so let's line those two up right here and see if we can determine what maybe sets them apart. So the one on the top is the drum lacquered silver, and when we talk about drum lacquered, I think that refers to the process by which they put a coating on the element to give it almost that powdered finish. So it isn't as reflective. As you can see, it kind of diffuses the light instead of just bounces off like a smooth surface. And it has almost a grainy texture. And then our pearl silver, or pearl light gray, in fact there's a pearl dark gray as well that I didn't bring up for the show. This is definitely reflective and smoother, but if you start looking really close, you can see that there's a little bit of grain structure, and especially when we compare it to a light gray regular, you can tell that there is a subtle difference there in just the way that they create the different effects and the different colors for these pieces. So again, the difference between these two similar silvers is this is a surface effect and this is a continuous effect in the plastic material. So this one, if you cut it in half, open it up, it would be the same material all the way through with kind of these little granules in here. This one, if you cut it in half and open it up, it's going to be a solid plastic color inside because this is just a surface treatment similar to our chrome. So this is the silver version of drum lacquer, and this is the chrome version of gold. I think I said that backwards, but close enough. And one other color for metallic is the pearl gold. So pearl silver, pearl gold. Both of those colors exist, but I don't know if the pearl gold 2x4 exists. This is the pearl gold 2x2. which I actually got this one from Bricks and Pieces. It was reasonable price there. So there's some more metallic colors that I could pick up. Alright, kind of the obvious ones that have not been included so far are transparents. Now when you start talking about 2x4 transparent pieces, that gets to be an expensive topic to discuss, and that's just something that I don't see myself spending a lot of money on just to complete a color chart. So up to this point, I've been content to complete or almost complete the transparent colors in 1x2. And there was only one of these colors that is non-production. I had to track down this regular transparent orange. The rest of these were all in sets at one point or another. All of these colors, I believe, are still current. And the only thing that I've heard is maybe the transparent neon orange is going to be faded out of production after the Monkey Kid line. This is kind of my transparent reference for colors at this point. Now, I'm keeping my eye out for opportunities to pick up the 2x4s in these transparent colors, but you start looking at, 10 of these times maybe $5, $10 for a brick. That's getting close to $100 really quick just to build out another branch of the color collection, and I feel like what I have here is doing pretty good. And a couple more that I could work on finishing out are related to some of the flesh tones that LEGO has introduced for minifigs. So Hermione and one of the Patil twins, these are from the Harry Potter Advent Calendar set. This is a lighter flesh color, which I think is referred to as light nugget in official databases. And then this is just regular standard nugget, so it's a slightly darker skin tone. The regular nugget color, we have been getting some non-minifig pieces in, so this is a 6x8 plate. And when you start comparing these, the closest thing we can get on our color chart is probably the other nugget version color. So there's kind of a little family of these skin tone colors right in the middle of the browns and orange palette. So those two are the same color, and then this flesh color we're now getting in some of the 18 plus botanical, like the flowers, the bouquet. They used these pieces for some of those petals. So I don't know if we have the 2x4 in this color. I do think it exists. I think people that build out 100% complete 2x4 charts have been able to track some down on Bricklink. But again, similar to the transparent ones, we're talking major money to pick up these non-production 2x4 colors. Alright, to close out the video, I have some fresh off the shelf 2x4 keychains that I picked up specifically to include in this topic. So this one is the chrome black, and I would put it in with the metallic finishes. This one is kind of a new effect that was created for one of the characters in the Lego Movie 2 that has this iridescent effect on the hair. And so one of the keychains available right now has the same effect. It is a standard 2x4, but it has this screw hole drilled in one end to attach to the keychain. And I think I'm going to leave these on the packaging just for collectability and that kind of completeness deal, because I didn't buy these to be used as keychains. I bought them to be part of the complete color reference that I'm trying to build up, which is mostly 2x4s, but as you can see, quite a few other pieces coming into play. Some of the ones that I did skip over this time around, like I mentioned, are the Pearl Dark Gray, which I'll try to round up. There's also Chrome Blue and Chrome, I think there was another Chrome Green finish, and those have only been in a couple pieces each. The Chrome Blue has been in this helmet from Life on Mars back in the early 2000s, and the Chrome Green has been in this kind of crystal gem from probably the Aqua Raiders theme back around the same time frame, maybe a little bit earlier. So you could build up a whole separate branch of just the chrome effects, even within the metallic subcategory. Alright, there's an update on my 2x4 chart. Added in quite a few of the regular bricks from Bricklink and other sources. I've added in a few of these keychains now, just to have as the reference, even though it isn't strictly a plain 2x4. and also talked about some of these colors that I don't yet have as 2x4, but I am able to include in a reference with some of these other types of pieces. And hopefully some of these, like the dark brown and the light flesh color, we will get in official sets here soon, as they are current colors. Some of these other ones, I really doubt we will see come out as a 2x4 brick, like our medium orange and these other medium, this medium green color and this Paradisa Pink. These colors have been retired for years, and it's very unlikely that LEGO will bring them back into production, even though they did do that with the teal color, so it's not out of the question. I guess anything's possible. We'll have to wait and see, and if I do manage to acquire a few more of these, I'll of course bring another update in the future, but I feel like that's good enough for now, just talking about how this is going for me. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time on Brick System Brothers.